Well, hello everyone again, and welcome. I'm Victor Lund. I'm the CEO of RE Technology and WavGroup, two companies that address different needs within the industry. WavGroup is a company that specializes in providing consulting services to brokerages, to MLSs, and to the tech companies that serve them. RE Technology is an information source that allows brokers and agents to find tech tools that are going to improve their business. So we operate both of those businesses and kind of sit in the center of MLS, brokerage, and technology. We also do a lot with associations of realtors, but that's not material for today's call. I want to welcome all the brokers on the call today. You're a member of an audience that's relatively large. There are 85,000 real estate brokerages in America. We just had a -1 yesterday when at Properties, Chicago's largest real estate brokerage, traded to Compass. Pretty rock star move by them. But in any case, we're grateful to have you here. I think it's a competitive landscape, and we understand that in order to be successful, real estate brokers need to work really hard. And one of the things that the broker is responsible for is obviously commission management. Now, the commission landscape has changed a lot over my tenure of the last 30 years in terms of how commissions are structured and commission plans are structured and paid to real estate agents. And one of the things that we've recognized is that a real estate broker who might be doing it on a piece of paper or on a spreadsheet and then using QuickBooks to actually execute the payment to the real estate agent, they are sort of diminishing the opportunity that a lot of the more sophisticated brokers are offering. So it used to be 30 years ago, 60-40 split, and that was the commission plan. It was a pretty simple thing. Today's commission plans have been rocked by all kinds of innovators, right? There's a lot of companies who, offer 100% commission, or they have waterfall commission plans. So it might start out as 60-40, but you hit this number and it changes to 70-30, and this number it changes to whatever, 80-20, 90-10, and then you cap out and you get 100%, but there's expenses over here, and expenses can be taken off the top, or they can be taken off the bottom, or you might be part of a franchise and they have a franchise fee. It's a mess. So you really need a system to do that. And honestly, one of the best companies in real estate providing these solutions is Landtrax. They've been the leader in supporting firms, the top 100 largest firms in America, with the most broad spectrum of services for commission management beyond anybody. There's a reason they're the market leader. They are able to do things that other software companies just have not been able to do. And we've known this. We've worked with real estate brokerages who are Landtrax clients for decades. We understand their superiority in the marketplace. There's a reason why they dominate in that area. It's just really one of the only solutions that the largest firms in America can use to support commission management for multi-office, multi-state, thousands of real estate agents and above. So in our conversations with them, I said, hey, why can't you take everything that you guys know and deliver it to small brokers so they can compete, so they can provide if nothing else, just inherit these exotic commission plans from other companies that a brokerage might recruit. And I obviously am not the reason why they did that, but they've certainly addressed an unmet need in the real estate industry by providing brokers of any size with a technology solution that will fulfill all of the requirements that you have as a broker to deliver any exotic type of commission system that might be necessary for you to recruit or retain agents. So I want to bring on really a rock star, if you know this guy, if you've ever worked with him. Aaron Taylor is the savant of commission management systems. One of the things that we find whenever we're working with brokerages who are Landtrax clients is they say, Aaron's our guy. And the cool thing, and you're going to meet Keith today, but Keith is another one of these great executives in the commission management area. Their strength and their history of working in this specific technology environment is unmatched in the real estate industry. So Aaron, welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about Landtrax and your background with the company?
Yeah. So I'm the president of Landtrax, president CEO. I've been with LandTrax since its founding. We've been out there for 25 years now, and working with back office and commission processing platforms the entire time. That's what I've done pretty much my entire professional tech career. And day to day, I'm involved in all aspects of what we do here at LandTrax and the solutions we offer, the Profit Power solutions and now Smarts. Is I'm working with the development groups, I'm working with client services, I work heavily with the implementation teams when a new client comes on, especially the ones that have the complexities that they have, and I make sure that we have the right resources doing the right things to make them successful.
Awesome. I know it's interesting, but a lot of times I'll be talking to a broker and I'll mention LandTrax and they say, who? And I go, Profit Power. And they go, oh, those guys. Yeah, Aaron, I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's remarkable how sometimes a product name can overwhelm a company name, but
yeah, exactly, and that's something that we talk about Profit Power in our current world, and now we're going to be talking a lot about Smarts. We try and say, LandTrax is the company, and the other mantra that I really feel that our company has is we really feel we're a service company. We're not a software company. We have fantastic software. But you can have fantastic software and horrible service, and you're going to have a very bad experience trying to get anything accomplished. So we really feel that our clients shine with us when they tell other folks that they're very pleased with what we do and how we help them. And we also have great technology that backs all that up. But we want to be known for the service level we offer.
Yeah, I know. Profit Power is such a it's such a behemoth in terms of its functionality that it really is intended for large firms to have dedicated staff doing this each and every day with a lot of business complexity in terms of, multiple LLCs and, just quite a bit of difficulty. Right. And I think it's wonderful that you made Smarts available that delivers all of that functionality and gives people an opportunity to operate a business with that level of sophistication without having to get into the dedicated commission management resources. I mean, most firms with, fewer than 50 agents don't need all that. But you're giving them the functionality without all of the overhead, right?
Correct. Getting Smarts to where you're going to see it with Keith when he gets through, in his presentation, it's about giving you the power of the reporting. Because day-to-day management, the broker owners out there, they need to know who's on first, who's doing what, and what sales do I have coming in the future for cash flow and week-to-week, month-to-month type thinking. And then they need a system that their processor who's going to do the work day in, day out, and it might be them on nights and weekends, the Smart system needs to have a flow to it that they understand as a deal and as a transaction. And that's what we really focused on was the usability. Down in those levels, and I'm going to cover some of that in my quick intro, and then Keith's going to really get into the details.
Yeah, I really want you to also share, I believe now for the first time, LandTrax has an offering that will permit franchise organizations to provide an accounting solution that's manageable for their franchisees. And I think that's an enormous new competitive space for you guys. Profit Power it's too big and too heavy for a new franchisee with 50 agents. But now the franchisee can offer Smarts and still roll all of that up to the franchise system. I think it's wonderful to see your company enter into that new matrix of competition. And having seen what I know you're going to show today, I think you're going to be a very, very competitive entrant to this space. So I don't want to give too much away, but I do want to just maybe hand it over to you so you can share at a top level like what your strategy is and bringing Smarts to the market. Yeah. And then I know Keith is going to talk about a lot of the really cool concierge services that you guys have. I think that this is a breakthrough way of looking at the needs of a small business owner, a small brokerage business owner, and I'm really excited to be the first to help you guys share that with the world.
Great. All right. Well, let me take it from here, Victor. I'll do my quick intro. I've got a few slides, and I want to get Keith right into the benefits of the system. The folks who are on the call here today, they really want to get in to see what we have to offer, so we'll get right to that. And Keith will also be covering what we call the concierge service to help with managing your platform from a day-to-day basis. Okay? So let me just go down to my next slide. So as we talked about, we have multiple solutions. We've got Profit Power Enterprise, Profit Power Professional, and now Smarts, which is the topic of this call. Our Profit Power Enterprise Edition is for large transaction count clients. We have Long and Foster running that platform, Howard Hanna, William Ravis, people with thousands and thousands of agents, okay? Our Professional Edition, that goes the step down that says, look, I'm not doing 5,000, 10,000 transactions a year, but I'm doing 500 to 3,000. So our solutions try and fit the mold of what are you doing processing wise? Because you could have 50 agents and process 1,000 to 2,000 transactions. Well, we're going to have you look at the Professional versus Smarts because we want to find the right solution for you. So our goal overall is, especially with now we have Smarts in the mix, is to be able to get out to the pieces and say, we can get you a solution that fits your needs. And Smarts, from its side of it, is a natural evolution of how we built our other products on that side.
What does SMART stand for?
So Smarts is an acronym, okay, that comes back through for the professional side of it. And I apologize, Mr.
Maybe
Ron
we'll leave
Chirac
this one for Keith if he doesn't remember.
I'm going to leave that one for Keith because I will mangle the R part. I practiced with him for a few of them. What it is, it's an acronym that we put together for standardizing your transactions and the real estate world that goes with it from that side.
And I'll just piggyback on that. It's Sales Management and Real Estate Transaction Solutions. So the acronym spells what it actually is. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I just got to get to my other note screen here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Get back. So as we rolled through here, we had talked about we're going to offer you the solution that's going to fit your need. When you talk to Keith or one of our sales staff after this call, if you're, see the things that you're interested in, we want to get you the most cost-effective solution, efficient and capable, that is really going to fit your needs. What you need versus another brokerage all depends on what we go through, what we call our business process review and our investigation on our sales process to make sure we got the right fit for you, right? So the next part that we talk about is how did Smarts come to be? We have Profit Power Enterprise and Profit Power that we've been out there for the last 25, 30 years or more. Smarts was built by the same development group behind our Profit Power solutions, a group that has a very deep understanding of how complex commission processing needs to work. And then hand in hand with that is the need for advanced reporting, business analytics, information in real time to help you understand where you're at and where you're going, especially if you've just recruited new agents, you've done some other things, you're trying to keep an eye on what's going on, okay? Our Profit Power solutions, they have a large install base across the country. We were able to take what we've learned over all those years, and that's how we came about building the Smart solution, okay? Because we saw a very big need there. You'll also see when Keith shows you our solution, we believe we have a much more intuitive workflow for processing of a real estate transaction. And then how do I get to my reports? Our reporting world, we actually have a separate place for that. It's not woven in and around the actual other processing components because we really feel a lot of folks just need the reports. They don't want to get tangled up in the actual application. So we separated those worlds out so that way the business analytics and the business reporting people can quickly get to and not be in and around, jumping around this screen to that screen to find this report over there and that report over here type world that we see in some of our other competitive products.
And can't agents get some reports too?
Yes, we have an agent portal that lets them self-serve 24/7, as I say, in their bunny slippers on a Saturday evening or a Sunday when they're trying to figure out, oh, I got to pay my quarterly taxes. They're usually texting somebody or emailing somebody on the weekend going, I was supposed to give this to my accountant. Can you send me that report so I can get my quarterlies done?
Yeah,
they have access to that 24/7.
Yeah, two important things that we've analyzed for our clients is number one, regardless of your size, there's a place that Landtrax can fit you in. Number two, even if you're the smallest brokerage, it's a growth solution. So you can start with smarts, move up to pro, and then into profit power.
Exactly, exactly. So, we talked about how Smarts was built. It's got, as Victor pointed out earlier, because of our deep knowledge and experience on what complexities you need, we were able to get Smarts going to focus on the brokers firms in the 500 to 50 to 500 transaction count typically, okay? And we really felt that that market segment was underserved. There's a lot of potential options out there, but do they work well? And we've been connecting to systems like QuickBooks and Great Plains and all sorts of platforms on Enterprise Edition for 20 years. We know how to connect up to those other ledgers because we made it very clear we want nothing to do with building a competitor to QuickBooks. I find that the definition of insanity to try and keep up with that world. We said we have to be able to connect to QuickBooks as the typical provider for a lot of our real estate firms. And we do it in a very efficient manner. So that way you get all those benefits and not double keying between the platforms.
Yeah, now let's just pin that for a minute, Aaron. A lot of companies say we have QuickBooks integration. Now, without being too technical, can you explain for the brokers that are here today what the difference is between downloading and uploading your stuff versus a direct API connection? And do it in a way that people understand because everybody's saying, yeah, we have QuickBooks integration, but it's really not.
Yeah, I'll try and boil it down. Most of our competitors have what's called a receivables and a payable connector. I have an invoice that needs to be set up in QuickBooks to be paid for my income, and I need to throw a payable over the wall to get a payable set up to pay my agent. Okay, we do it differently. We do a mix of both, so that in one connection over to QuickBooks, we pull that transaction together. Okay, and our enterprise product and our Profit Power products, Profit Power does everything. Prints the checks, does the direct deposits, and we send over a full ledger file to the other system. In our smart system, we said, well, QuickBooks is going to be your cut the checks kind of world and record your income. But in QuickBooks, you have to have an agent set up as a client, an agent set up as a vendor. You have to do all sorts of things to make it work that way. And we try to take those complexities out so you can focus on processing the deal and not having to rekey a lot of that data over to QuickBooks. And most of our competitors, you have very limited options on how it connects. So those are the key differences.
And Keith, I imagine that you're going to be covering the part about how you help brokers who aren't tech savvy to set up all of these relationships and get them working and kicking it off. So you don't have to worry about having the skill set in-house to deploy this solution. You're going to help them. That's Keith's world?
Yes, that's
I'm
correct.
most excited about that.
That's Keith's world. And we've also worked with, there's so many companies that help you connect between platforms with API connectors and things like that. You have to leverage who does it really well from that aspect. And we feel we've done that.